Well, good evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway for this Monday evening. Our first dash will go to post in approximately 20 minutes. Beautiful fall day here in Elora, Ontario. Blue skies overhead. No broken clouds today. It's an absolutely clear sky, blue sky. Just a nice fall day. We got a good racing card. 8 races, though, this evening. Down to 8. And, well, we're going to get it rolling pretty quickly. Let's get a look at the changes on this evening's card of racing. In race number 1, we have a driver change. On number 7, Tisha Sealster, Garrett Rooney. Garrett Rooney will drive 7 Tisha Sealster in the first. No changes, race number 2. Race number 3, number 3, Lady Gambler, open bridle to Can't See Back. Race 4, no changes. Race 5, 5 Better Be Going. Driver to be announced. Race 5, 5 TBA. Race number 6, number 3, McWicked Move, blind bridle to blinkers, blind to blinkers. And number 6, Lady Wicked, did not race September 12th. No missing line. The 7th race, number 2, Serenity Cruise, is adding blinkers. Blinkers added to 2 Serenity Cruise. And race number 8, scratched, is number 8, Turkinnis Hanover. Raced last night at Flamborough. Race 8, scratched the 8, Turkinnis Hanover. Those are all the changes that we have at this moment. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. Race number 1, number 7, Tisha Sealster, Garrett Rooney. And race number 2, no changes. 16 minutes to post time. Time to welcome in my co-host, our handicapping expert, and our London Bureau Chief. How are things in the fall down there in Western Fairland?
Well, Gary Guy, winding things down from the Western Fair. Finished up yesterday. So we had great weather throughout. There was not a rain day in sight throughout the 10-day fair. There was wind a few days in the early going, but what a great weather spanning across the 10-day. What great weather we had for the Western Fair. So busy with that. And now we direct our attention to the start of a brand new race meet at the Raceway at Western Fair District. Friday, October 3rd. Is our opening date return. We've got the London Classic Yearling Sale. We're going to be out and on the road tomorrow, in fact, dropping off some sale books to various places, and we're all looking forward to that. And hey, it's Jug Week. We've got the Little Brown Jug simulcast happening this week. Always gets a pretty good crowd there on Jug Day, being Thursday. So lots happening here in the Forest City of Ontario. It's my time of year.
Oh, absolutely. And look, it's also our time of the year because summer is a little too hot. So the fall is just beautiful. You get these cooler evenings in the daytime, even when it warms up. It's still at a moderate level. It's absolutely beautiful today. It's like 23 or 24 Celsius. We just love that.
Yeah, that's
you can move around.
Right up my alley. Just above 20 is my fave. And not as much humidity kicking around lately over the last few weeks either, Gary.
No, today it's just absolutely blue skies and
yeah,
no broken clouds today. They've been fixed. And, we only have 8 races tonight, so you got to bring your A game, and you might have to carry the show a little bit. I'm feeling a little short of energy today, so you're going to bring it, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah, just...
You'll be able to bring it. We've got 8 tonight. We've got 9 on Wednesday. And we've got back up to 10 on Friday. I see a friend of the show, Garrett Rooney, has picked up another drive, added to his five that he already had tonight. He'll drive the seven in the opener, and it's the Garrett Rooney 2000 career driving win watch, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, as soon as I looked at that, I also was reminded that I missed on Jason Ryan's 2000th. And that still is bothering me because I like to give these guys their pub when it's their time. And, you know, the drivers are a backbone of this industry. I mean, they drive all over the place. I don't know how they do it. I mean, look, I used to do that announcing, but man, oh man, they're just on the
Oh,
tour. They're
well,
everywhere.
yeah, I had a friend that came in for a year or two in Ontario to drive, Brandon Campbell, who does some really good stuff out west, and that was his deal. He said he was always on the road, be it Georgian, Grand River, Flamborough. It really is quite a grind for the folks that drive racehorses in the provinces of Ontario, especially in the summertime, right? Because there's so many tracks operating daily and the weekend. I mean, Saturday there could be what 8 or 9 tracks racing harness throughout the day.
Yeah, and then also just trying to get from one place to another, and you know, because
Yeah.
they try to hook up as many opportunities as possible because you kind of got to make hay when the sun's shining. I mean, they're young, and look, it's harder on the guys that got a little bit of tread off the tire, like a Paul McKenzie who's still he'll tour all over the place, and you know, Paul's.
Yeah, he's a grinder.
I wouldn't be knocking Paul saying by saying he's not in his 20s.
Oh, he's you know what? He acts like one of the young fellas, though. You put him in the driver's room, and they have a great time with Paul. I'm sure. I've seen it firsthand in London. They love to pal around with Paul McKenzie, who, as you mentioned, has been around for a while now on tracks in Ontario, and almost 10,000. Almost 10,000 career driving victories, but quite a fella.
Yeah, well, and he's from your home area, so he's holding the maritime torch quite well. The king of the passing lane, that's what I always call him, because the big chunk of those wins were
Mackenzie Lane, right?
Mackenzie Lane, up Mackenzie Lane. Well, he's probably scored more wins up there than. Like that's, I'd love to know what percentage of all of his total wins, but he perfected that early on, and so there you go. But look,
Yeah, you gave him that handle right off the bat, pretty much, and we've listened to it for years. And he doesn't get no Mackenzie Lane in London, though.
there is no Mackenzie Lane.
100%.
Well, hey, we got one at Flamborough, but look at right now, as it says on your screen, we're here at Grand River Raceway. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to get some pick fives done. I'll talk to you in about 7 minutes to post time. Better be ready to rock and roll.
Let's go. Here we go, folks. Back to the show on this abbreviated Monday evening program at Grand River Raceway. It's the one and only Pick 5 play. Starting things up on this evening's card, a $5,000 guaranteed pool, part of the go-to wagering menu featured this evening at the River. Also carded on tonight's 8-pack. We've got the Pick 4 play starting up in race number 2. And we've got high fives featured this evening. High fives are featured in races 5 and 8 non-jackpot high five opportunities, all part of the go-to wagering menu as well. So, without further ado, let's get into some Pick 5 ticket ideas, courtesy of yours truly. We've got one for Gary Guy. We've got another for a friend of the show in Connolly Ecclestone. So let's do this thing. Pick 5 ticket ideas. 6 minutes away from the opener. Again, here's a $5,000 guaranteed pool to be chasing after. In the opening leg, race 1, we're using 1, 4, and 6. Now, I did this ticket up earlier on this evening. I might have thought of putting the 7, Tisha Sealster, in there. A driver change, right? A late driver change came up. Garrett Rooney will not now drive the 7 in this evening's opener. So maybe one more to think about in the opening leg of this Pick 5 play. As mentioned, Garrett Rooney chasing down 2,000 career driving wins coming into tonight with 6 drives on tonight's card. He's at 1,997 career driving victories. So best of luck, Garrett, on tracking down 2,000 tonight at the River. He's got many good chances. So 1, 4, 6 for me in race number 1. Over in a race number 2, leg 2 of the Pick 5 play. We're on the 3, Batter Up Hanover, as well as 6, a Greatest Ending. Over into the third race. Could it be as easy as 1, 2, 3? We will see. In the third, I'm using Aura Blue Chip Bell, who will try to double up after a sparkling life best victory. Garrett Rooney put her on top all the way to scoring 54 and 3 last time out. Garrett stays on to drive number 2. Better Bell, a must play in that middle leg or race number 3. Also including Lady Gambler, who's switching to a can't see back bridle in there. Fourth race, race number 4. We're inside to the 1, Atlas Hanover. Also including number 4, Crazy World. There's another must play with Garrett Rooney in the bike in the 4th. And number 6, Storm Along, worth a look. On the end of it, race number 5, we're using 2, Crunch Hanover, my top selection in there. Also including number 3, Wallace Hartley, who's shipping in from Woodbine, Mohawk Park. Chantel Mitchell trained. Sammy Filion driven. Number 3, Wallace Hartley's got to be a must play on the end of the Pick 5. I'm Indigo for $21.60 on the 20-cent wager. We'll get another ticket idea. This one for track announcer Gary Guy. What do you got for us, Gary?
And one thing I should mention, in the 5th race, Garrett Rooney picks up that drive on 5. Better Be Going. So there's something.
One more to think about.
He's just adding them in here. He wants to get that number down and get her done tonight if possible. In the first race, I took your top 2. I took the 6 and 1, the 1 and 6, but I didn't use Blushing Joy because I only went too deep. That was my, I would have used Blushing Joy, but, well.
Took a stand.
Yeah, you know what? Well, I don't have your money. That's all there is to it. And race number 2, number 3, Batter Up Hanover, and 2, RJ Ringo. RJ Ringo's not racing well at Mohawk, but we've seen this before, and one that has a win in 50 at Mohawk this year. So coming in here looking to get rolling again. The third race, well, I took your top 2, the 1 and 2. I did use Better Bell on top with Garrett Rooney, but I didn't go to the 3, Lady Gambler. Open bridle to Can't See Back, and certainly one that could be effective. That's your third choice. You said, is it easy as 1, 2, 3? I thought it was easy as 1, 2 or 2, 1. And, well, race number 4, I did fan out, and that's the one race where I went deeper. So you took 3, I took 3. I have 2 of yours, but instead of the 1, Atlas Hanover, I'm Remembering the Beach with Sammy Filia and Cameron McQueen. One that won at Sarnia last race for Cameron McQueen. First start for Cameron with Remembering the Beach. So, and one that's got some back class. And over to that 5th race, I said, you know what? That's enough. I'm just going to go to Crunch Hanover. You know, Crunch Hanover is just a shocker. I mean, somebody could have bought this horse. It was in for what, an 8 claimer earlier, right?
Yeah, incredible.
And yeah, you see those down July the 13th. The winner's under 8, so clearly wasn't doing much, and then won that, and then 8 claimer won by 60. What is it? I just blew the doors off the field, and
Yeah.
18 and 3/4, and then moving on up, and well, it just moves up again a little bit here, and off of a 7 length win. So I don't know, might crunch them again.
He's all right. The one and only start he's showing at Grand River where he didn't do much. It's an interference break where he near got taken out. Credit Sammy Filion for keeping him on all fours, and Sammy came right back to win by 7. He gets a big shot to make it 2 in a row this evening at the river. Number 2, Crunch Hanover, a single for Gary
I
on
imagine
the end of the pick 5.
I imagine Shane's very happy now that nobody claimed him when he put him in for 8.
Oh, I would say. One more ticket to look at. This one for Conley Ecclestone. What does Conley have for us this evening on his pick 5? He's using 1 and 6, the opening leg. Deepest of all in race number 2 with the 1, 3, 4, and 6. 3 deep in the third, or a blue chip, Better Bell, and a Dream Shot. Then he singles up number 4, Crazy World, with Garrett Rooney on board. Wow, Garrett, it appears, got a great shot of maybe tracking down that 2,000 career driving win number tonight. Best of luck, Garrett. On the end of the pick 5, Conley goes to the 2, Crunch Hanover, and 3, Wallace Hartley. We're pretty much on the same page with Conley, though he's in cheap for just $9.60. And I like this ticket. The ticket sequence that Conley has put out there for $9.60. Again, lots of time still to get in on this pick 5, $5,000 guaranteed pool. Next voice you hear will be that of track announcer Gary Guy. He's going to have the post parade for race number 1. Best of luck to all racing and playing along tonight.
And there is that paddock camera provided by the Ontario Equine and Education Employment Program. Field for the first race. On parade 1 is HB Tourmaline, Daryl Thiessen for Chantel Mitchell and Clodamel and Mitchell DiCenzo. Number 2 is Officer Hops, Brett McDonough for Joe Pereira and William Johnston and William Gillen. 3 is Ann Max, Scott Kohler for Shane Weber and Tom and Elizabeth Rankin. 4 is Blushing Joy, Jay Harris for Sean Stacy and Hutt Racing. 5 is Show Must Go On, Jason Ryan for Chantel Mitchell and Mitchell DiCenzo. Number 6 Takes No Bull, Sammy Filion for Luke Blay and Determination. And 7 Tisha Sealster, Garrett Rooney for Chris Haskell and Stanley Henderson. It is a field of 7 for race number 1. Let's get a look at this field for the first dash. And, well, HB Tourmaline, you got to like the tour that this one made over Grand River last time out. Didn't do much early, but did it where it mattered the most, Sugar.
Paced a huge middle half, Gary. You can see made a move through the middle frame, was on the outside, and pacing a middle half here of 56 and 2, and was still keeping on, kept coming to win in 56 and 1, the maiden score. That's a very nice race for this daughter of control at the moment. A 2-year-old in a field of 2-year-olds, right? So I can go with any one of 7 here, but that one, HB Tourmaline for Chantel Mitchell. Daryl Thiessen picks up the live catch driving assignment. Again, that's a huge huge trip to break her maiden last time out.
Yeah, and this is one also that hasn't been flashing a lot of gate speed. We'll see what
Hmm.
the plan is, but Daryl doesn't look overly aggressive with this one, warming this one up. So maybe he's going to take back just a little bit, but certainly closed last time out. I went
Right.
to number 6, Takes No Bull on top, raced in the grassroots. Now, wasn't all that effective in the grassroots last time out. Semi-Filia Luke Blay, but they've teamed up here a few times of late, and this is one that was pretty good in the maiden classes at Mohawk, the 2 previous starts.
Yeah, I like this one for a top two play. A choice for Sammy Filion here, I would assume, because Sammy was on the one and winning last time out. So that's something to consider when doing up your pick five ticket ideas here. Again, Sammy, a winner on one last time out. It appears he opts for the six, takes no bull for Luke Blay.
And we saw that play out last week where he opted off one and opted to one, and we thought that was interesting. And the one that he opted to won. So, these drivers know. I
Right?
mean, they drive the horses. They got a feel for
Oh,
things, and
Sammy Sharp.
yeah, and they try to stay loyal, but they also look. They're free agents. I mean, they're getting their percentage of the winning purse, and there's no guarantee, so they've got to go where the money is going to go.
That's right. Sammy was traveling on the weekend. Saw him in to go at Trois Riviere. Him and Louis Philippe were down there yesterday afternoon. There was some big stakes action. I believe it was yesterday.
And I would tab him of all of the drivers that have been racing around on predominantly B tracks that probably going to make the big move up and become a
Whoa.
consistent player on the A track. I think it might be Sammy.
It's been a breakout season for him, right? He's been awesome at the river. He's learned to time that gate like no other, Gary.
I think I'm going to nickname him Silky Sammy because he's very smooth.
Oh,
He does everything smoothly.
well, that might fit.
We'll see if that works. But Blushing Joy is your third one. You used that one on the pick five.
Third best in the race that HB Tourmaline won. Last time out, Jay Harris stays on a drive for Sean Stacy. This one's coming along well. Great check getter, right?
Yeah, you just been steady. And look, Sean Stacy's barn's been fine here. And
Yeah.
this is one also I think is just heading in the right direction. You see of those last 3 lines, it's just getting a little closer and closer. And so if somebody's going to break the top 2 that I have, it might be that one. Also a thought on 3 Ann Mac because that last race here in the Prospect Series was a good closer to finish third.
Yeah, speaking of going in the right direction, that's a big third and a nice improvement for the Cattle Wash filly last time out. She might get the Beware Angle. What a great looking filly she is.
And what about 7 Tisha Sealster? Garrett Rooney. Horses had just 2 starts. One was good here, not so good at Mohawk.
Not so good at Mohawk, but that start at the river, if she can duplicate that, be looking for her late one of what now 7 drives that Rooney has.
Yeah,
3 away from 2,000. Let's go.
especially if he gets this one here, I'd have to think
Ho, ho,
he's going to
ho.
nail that. But it's a field of 7 HP Tourmaline. Officer Hops on the inside and Mac Blushing Joy. Show Must Go On in the center. To the outside, Takes No Bull and Tisha Sealster. Field of 7, first dash on a marvelous Monday night at the river. Let's go. And the field for race number 1 is at the start of the rough in Blushing Joy. Is going to come out strongly with Takes No Bull on the inside as HB Tourmaline. Officer Hops and Mac, then Show Must Go On. Tisha Sealster trailing. Blushing Joy and Jay Harris has the lead. Takes No Bull on the outside is going to drive on. And it is Takes No Bull, the 4-5 favorite, who is on the outside and is being eased around on the outside on the turn. Blushing Joy on the inside. And then HB Tourmaline and Blushing Joy as they race past that opening quarter in 27-1. HB Tourmaline is second. Takes No Bull is going to take a seat on the inside. Didn't want to threaten Blushing Joy just yet as they race up towards the half. 27-1 opening quarter. Blushing Joy. HB Tourmaline. Takes No Bull. Racing forth his Officer Hops, and then it is back to Ann Mac and Show Must Go On, and trailing is Tisha Sealster. And on into the backstretch. Quarter was is 27-1. The half 56-3. And on down that backstretch to go. Blushing Joy leads it still with HB Tourmaline. Bravening up in the pocket. Is going to pop out right now. HB Tourmaline's going to move out and challenge Blushing Joy. HB Tourmaline is getting closer. Now is only about a nose off the lead and Takes No Bull followed out. HB Tourmaline. HB Tourmaline. Blushing Joy is hanging tough on the inside right now. And just a nose back. Racing second. Takes No Bull is third. Officer Hobson and Mac trailing pair. Tisha Sealster is past Show Must Go On. 125 and 2 to the 3/4 time. HB Tourmaline, Blushing Joy on the inside, Takes No Bull, is racing on the outside, third still, and Mac is kicking in late, and Officer Hops on the inside, on down the stretch where they come. HB Tourmaline, here comes Takes No Bull. Takes No Bull on the outside is going to charge now, and Takes No Bull on the inside, Blushing Joy, Takes No Bull, Blushing Joy held on, Takes No Bull, Officer Hops, and then HB Tourmaline, Blushing Joy, mile of 155 and 3. I'll tell you, Sugar, I actually thought that Takes No Bull was going to be home and cooled out and roll on by. And Blushing Joy said, "No, I think I'm just going to hang on here and win this. I've done all this work. I might as well go back and get a picture."
She did all the work, and she will get paid. But I can agree with you on number 6, Takes No Bull. I thought the straightaway, especially, was going to keep on coming and maybe march on by. Obviously, a little trouble through the opening turn, was very steppy. So Sammy did a fine job of keeping the 6 together. But how about Jay Harris? Fine job keeping Blushing Joy sharp and able to fight on through some hot, early, ambitious fractions. 27-1, 56 and 3.
Yeah. Right.
And still all fight through the stretch and holding on to win by a neck. We mentioned, going in the right direction the last few starts, and from the strong barn of Sean Stacy, it's a maiden score, Blushing Joy, and a value player at 6-1, starting up a pick 5 play.
And I know a guy who went 3 deep and used the 4 and behind the 2 that we like, the 1 and the 6. I know that guy.
Oh, there's a guy, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a good start. A good start to the program anyway. It's always good to get a value play up front, especially in a pick 5, because it'll be interesting to see what comes back in the live money in play when the official result comes up.
And you talk about having a plan B. Well, you had a plan C, and plan C was really pretty fine. And, when you look at the pick 5, man, you'd love to rather have Blushing Joy than the first 2, because that's where the money is 6-1 to kick it off.
Yeah, I mean, there might be, 15% of the pool still live and in play when this becomes official. It'll be interesting to see, but nice trip. Daughter of McWicked would not give up, would not give in, and just a Jay Harris, that's the way he does it, kind of aggressive, send them and see what they got.
She wanted to be rewarded for all of her hard work, and she is. And Blushing Joy, a 2-year-old McWicked Bay filly, owned by Hutton Racing Stable. Sean Stacy, the trainer. Jay Harris, the Green Arrow, the winning driver. Blushing Joy, victorious, 155 and 3. It's a first lifetime win for Blushing Joy. The first race, number 4, Blushing Joy, 1455, 2270. 6 Takes No Bull, $3 $2.40. 2 Officer Hops, $4.20. $2 Exactor, $50.30. Dollar Try, $77.95. Dollar Super, $278. 20-cent Super, $55.60. The first race order finished from the top. 4351726. That's 4351726 on the bottom.
Got it. Ready. Alrighty, folks. Nice price player starting up. The pick five play, 5,800 wagered into the pick five pool, 580 some dollars left live and in play. A 6-1 upset, leaving 10% of the pick five pool still live and in play. Best of luck the rest of the way if you played along with Blushing Joy. Again, a 6-1 upsetter in tonight's opener with Jay Harris on board for trainer Sean Stacy. So, the pick four play, if you missed on Blushing Joy, we've got a pick four play for you starting up here in race number 2, a little over 3 minutes. Let's bring up some ticket ideas now. Myself, Gary, and Connolly doing our best to map out a winning pick four play. Here's a $2,500 guaranteed pool to be chasing after. We're using 3. Batter Up Hanover, we're using 6. Greatest ending, a big free-legged to set of some beach somewhere. Harry Polton training for the stable group. Number 6, greatest ending, opening up at 9-2 here. I like the chances. Race 3, I've got it pegged as easy as 1, 2, 3. Those are the 3 I'll be using. In lag 2 of the pick 4, we're 3 deep again in the 4th race with a 1, 4, and 6. And on the end of the pick 4, we'll use 2 Crunch Hanover. And plan B for me in there is number 3, Wallace Hartley. $7.20 is all it will cost you to play along with the Sugar Man for this early pick 4 at the River. Gary Guy, track announcer Gary Guy, has a pick 4 ticket idea as well. Let's bring on Gary's ticket. He's got the 2 and 3. RJ Ringo and Batter Up Hanover used here in the second race. His top call was the 3 Batter Up Hanover. Third race is top call. Number 2, Better Bell. Garrett Rooney on. Also using number 1, Aura Blue Chip there. He's on the 4, 6, and 3 in race number 4. In the 4, Crazy World. Another live bullet possibly for Garrett Rooney. Gary singles up the 2, Crunch Hanover. A 7-year-old son of Captain Treacherous, who was so good in the latest for trainer Shane Barrington. Jason Ryan, the call for number 2 in race number 5. Gary's in for just $2.40 on his 20-cent play. And one more ticket, this one for friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone. Again, it's the $2,500 guaranteed pool pick 4 starting up. Conley going 4 deep the opening leg with 1, 3, and 4, 4 and 6. He's hoping for a price player here. Third race for Conley. He's on the 1, 2, and 6. Singles up the 4, Crazy World. And the 4th race, and on the end of it, number 2, Crunch Hanover. Number 3, Wallace Hartley. Like that for Conley on his pick 4 play, where he's in to go for just $4.80 on his 20-cent wager. Best of luck on this early pick 4 at Grand River Raceway.
Field on post parade. For the second one is Acapulco Sunburn, Sammy Filia for Amanda Riley and Barry McLennan. Number 2 is RJ Ringo, Brett Madonna for Ruth Moore and James Hasty. 3 is Batter Up Hanover, Jason Ryan for Ben Hollingsworth and Debbie Francis and Roseanne Langiel and Doug Lauthers and Chantel Langiel. Number 4, Beach Tour, Mike Horner. Drives and trains for R.A.W. Equine and Mark Horner. 5 is Wild River Bumblebee, J.B. Bruneau for Julie Walker and Dr. John Bradbury. And number 6, greatest ending, Daryl Thiessen for Harry Polton and the stable. It's a field of 6 for race number 2. Let's get a look at this field and batter up Hanover. Well, we're both on batter up Hanover, and the Jays are about less than an hour away from continuing their pennant push this evening in Tampa Bay. And, batter up with you with Jason Ryan here in the second.
Yeah, nice horse. Came up from the Maritimes, racing for a Maritimer, Ben Hollingsworth. Another Maritimer, Jason Ryan, on board. So Maritimers here in full force with batter up Hanover, a 7-year-old son, a betting line, who's been pretty good in that latest over the river, finishing up third behind a couple of nice animals. His clocked mile 52 and 4, and he looks all right here. He appears to be right on the bit and right on his business here. And a 5-2, second choice currently behind one that you really like, number 2, RJ Ringo, is holding at 7-5.
And there's 3 batter up Hanover, and Jason scoring this one down pretty good. And interesting thing about him, he's a 7-year-old, and if you look at his earnings this year and last year, more than half of his career earnings have come since turning 6.
Yeah, I mean, this was a really nice horse down around the Maritimes where, most of his racing was at Truro, where they don't race for a whole lot of money, like a top-class purse at Truro, where he might show a mile there in 53 or 54 when winning. Those purses might be $2,500 to $5,000 at best, and you know what? He's a very nice animal. I believe he's competed in some of the big races on Prince Edward Island, like Gold Cup and Saucer Trials, Governor's Plate at Summerside. So he's raced in all the big ones and won many of them down around the Maritimes. But it's not been until he came up to Ontario when he started putting some serious numbers in the bank.
Well, here's one that you also used on your pick 5 and could actually, I was thinking would make it pay, but I look up in the top 3-2, greatest ending. I might have fallen asleep on this one, didn't get the memo, but apparently you got the memo.
Well, there's no shot. This horse will play 3-2 in leg 2 of the pick 5 play. I think he's going to play like a 5-1 shot. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that win money that is heavy on him now. I mean, if he happens to win and he stays a favorite here, then the pick 4 will that it'll reflect that he'd be more like a 3-2 or a 2-1 shot in the pick 4, but there's no shot he's going to play out to be an 8-5 favorite in the pick 5 sequence. I love his look. He's a big, strong son of some beach somewhere. Daryl Thiessen gets the call, and Daryl might suit this horse. I mean, if he can get any speed off of this fella, I mean, he came first up a long ways in the latest, paced the third quarter, 27-2, and I loved his look, Gary, and that's why I went back to him for a top 2 finish.
And 6 greatest ending finished right alongside batter up Hanover last time out as they raced in some tough company, sometime somewhere in Sportsline, but they were side by side for 3rd and 4th. It was just a few inches apart. Number 2, well, we'll get to Beach Tour and then RJ Ringo. Beach Tour.
Sure. Beach Tour. Funny thing, I don't know if it happens to you, but it happens to me all the time. I always say my mind is racing. Well, I had a dream last night, and if I can remember any horse that was in that dream, it was Beach Tour. So he gets a big beware for me here with Horner on board.
And number 2, RJ Ringo. I didn't dream about this one, but I used him on the pick 5, pick 4. I mean, pick 5. I'm dead because I didn't listen to you. But RJ Ringo, maybe I'll reverse the tables on you here, and you'll be out because you didn't listen to me on RJ Ringo.
Well, this is it. I mean, if RJ Ringo shows up like you think he will, my multi-legs are going to be dead in the water. I just wasn't seeing it in his form at Woodbine Mohawk Bar, but you mentioned he gets along better at the river, right?
Yeah, and look, just big time. If you look down, you see 49-2 at Mohawk, and we've seen this before. Oof. Horses struggling down there, they come over here, they get her rolling pretty quickly, and so I'm banking on Brett McDonald and Ruth Moore with RJ Ringo, getting a lot of action 3-2. Along with greatest ending, so your batter up Hanover, you're sitting on 4-1. That would be a nice score if that one's playing that way in the pick 5. I don't think it is, though.
Sure would. Let's go.
Absolutely. And let's go with Acapulco Sunburn and RJ Ringo in the center. Badar Panaver Beach Tour to the outside. Wild River Bumblebee and Greatest Ending. Field of 6, race number 2. There at the start of the rough, and Greatest Ending is going to leave out well with RJ Ringo, who's going to stride out to establish the lead. Then it is Batter Up Hanover, Acapulco Sunburn. Greatest Ending is going to take back and look to find a seat on the inside. Then it is Back to Beach Tour, Wild River Bumblebee, but RJ Ringo's got the front for Brett McDonald. Batter Up Hanover's racing position second. Acapulco Sunburn, 3 off the lead, is position third. Then Greatest Ending as they race off the turn. Then it is back to the trailing pair of Greatest Ending and Wild River Bumblebee. But right now it is RJ Ringo off at 26-2. Strong opening panel and looks for a breather. Batter Up Hanover in the pocket. Acapulco Sunburn still electing to stay on the inside. No one popping out just yet. And Greatest Ending, then Beach Tour, and trailing the field is Wild River Bumblebee. Off at 26-2 RJ Ringo, half of 55-1. Batter Up Hanover. Jason Ryan enjoying the view in the pocket. Acapulco Sunburn on the inside. Greatest Ending is going to pop to the outside and gain some ground now quickly, and is moving up on his 3 off the lead, but is closing rapidly. RJ Ringo, Batter Up Hanover. Those are the top 2 with Greatest Ending getting a closer third spot now. As they get by 3/4, Acapulco Sunburn 4th, trailing pair Beach Tour, Wild River Bumblebee, and on by 3/4 RJ Ringo, 123-2. RJ Ringo, Batter Up Hanover, still in the pocket. Greatest Ending on the outside is still trying to grind forward. And then 4th is Acapulco Sunburn, then Beach Tour and Wild River Bumblebee. Up that 123 2/3. RJ Ringo on down the stretch where they come. RJ Ringo, Batter Up Hanover up the inside. RJ Ringo, Batter Up Hanover. RJ Ringo pounds out a winning beat. Batter Up Hanover was second. Greatest Ending and Wild River Bumblebee, 151-3. RJ Ringo, Sugar.
You called it, Gary. RJ Ringo finding his form. All it took was a visit back to Grand River Raceway. He hadn't been showing much at Woodbine Mohawk Park since late June. That would have been his latest victory. His life best on that occasion, 150 flat. Well, 151-3 over the river, where he seemed to do it quite easy. I mean, Greatest Ending was coming up with a big challenge through that third quarter, and Brett McDonald offered no urging for this horse. I mean, he was sitting chilly.
I think here it's just a case where you've got to trust class over form, because that's the handicapping dilemma, right? Do you go with form? Because if you're going with form, you're not on RJ Ringo, but then you're elsewhere. But if you trust class, then that's where you go.
Yeah, you've got a great memory for this horse. I know you're a big fan of him as well. And Brett McDonald with the catch driving assignment, he got along just fine with this one. Owned and bred by Ruth Moore, James Hasty. Ruth, the winning trainer, and she's got Brett McDonald on board for this sparkling 151-3 gate to wire effort at the river.
And Greatest Ending was grinded really hard on the outside.
Oh.
And so those were the top 3. And it's just that Greatest Ending had a lot of work to do to come after. RJ Ringo, Batter Up Hanover, there's where all the money went, but RJ Ringo ended up being the second choice at 8-5.
Yeah, he got pounded late. You mentioned him when he was 4-1. They were going behind the gate, so he took a ton of money late. Batter Up Hanover, a decent deuce, but they weren't beating this fella tonight. RJ Ringo shows up and looking very comfortable coming back for a winner's circle photo.
He was quick like a beetle in the second race to get to the lead.
Hey.
And, RJ Ringo, 2-3-6-5. RJ Ringo, a 6-year-old state treasurer bay gelding, owned by Ruth Moore, trained by James Hasty. Ruth Moore, the trainer. Brett McDonald, the winning driver. It's the 7th win this year for RJ Ringo and 13th lifetime. 151-3. 52365, top four. The payouts to RJ Ringo, 543.70, 273. Batter up Hanover, 290, 210. Six greatest ending, 270. $2 exactor, $12.40. Dollar try, 23.35. Dollar super, 103.15. $2 double of 4 and 2, 58.60. Second race order finish from the top, 512-643. That's 512-643 on the bottom.
Are you dreaming of a career with horses? The Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program is here to help. If you're an Ontario resident, you can take our free course and turn your passion into a profession. And employers can register for the program and receive wage subsidies, 50% for up to 18 weeks, or a maximum of $5,000. It's a win-win for job seekers and businesses alike. Ready to take the reins? Visit OntarioEquineEducation.com today and start your journey in the equine industry.
Field on post parade for race number 3. One is Aura Blue Chip Semi Filia for Luke Bland, Determination Stable. Number 2 is Better Bell, Garrett Rooney for John Chikeen and Robert Pooley. Number 3 is Lady Gambler, Anthony Hahn for Andrew Cars and Dr. Ruth Irving. And 4 is Wicked Words, Jay Hammers for Amanda Riley and Hut Racing. 5 is Autumn Honey, Mike Horner, drives for REW Equine and Mark Horner. And we're awaiting number 6, Dream Shot. There is Dream Shot. Brett McDonough for Jared Bothwell and Neil Oostrom. Field of 6, race number 3. Well, Sugar, let's get a look at this field, and we'll start with Aura Blue Chip. Only a $194,000 yearling purchase.
Right, Sammy Filion teaming up with Luke Blay once again. A rail to work with, and I could see this filly racing along up close. And I'm just discovering this now. I put her on top, and she is the lone 2-year-old in this field. So I might be doing some backpedaling here soon. I said I wasn't anymore this meet, but here I am. Landing on Dora Blue Chip, a 2-year-old facing 3-year-old.
But sometimes you got to take a shot, and if you're going to take a shot, Sammy and Luke teaming up, and look, Better Bell, obviously a 3-year-old with 22 starts. This one's had just 5 starts. But also, if you look at Aura Blue Chip, looks pretty solid. It doesn't look like a small, thin filly.
Oh, she put together nice. Her latest over the river, she just missed by a head. But yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking, I might have wanted to put the 2 or 3 ahead of this one just for the 2-year-old factor. But I said in my picks, so I guess I'm stuck with it.
Well, you know what? I know a guy. He announces the races over at Grand River, and he took the 2 on top. You know that guy?
The Gary guy.
Better Bell, 3-1. I went that way for that very reason. I don't usually listen, but I eventually listen, and I listened to you, and I went with Better Bell.
Yeah, well, I guess that's where I would have landed if I would have looked a little closer when making my selections. I mean, not only is she a younger horse, 2-year-old facing older horse, she's the only 2-year-old in the field. So for me, that's even standing out to me a little more right now. I guess if I had to resend my picks in, I'd be putting the 3 on top, I believe, just because it's the second start back after missing a month and a really nice outing last time out. But I'm on the 1, 2, 3 because it was like easy as 1, 2, 3, right? But it might not be so easy. But this 2 Better Bell that you've got on top could be tough to beat once again.
Well, can go to the front, and you do see this one blasting from post 6 last time out and winning. But look, let's get to Lady Gambler. Open to Can't See Back, Anthony Hahn. And there's some things to like about this one. And you can discard that last race, but, there's some solid lines as you glance on down the page.
Yeah, and she does have some gate speed, too, number 3, Lady Gambler. And you're getting a pretty good price on her right now at 4-1. I think she's going to race up close, and even if she doesn't, the worst she can be in the early going is 6. But I don't think there's any shot she's going to be at the back of the bus in this one. I'm expecting a big showing here for number 3, Lady Gambler. Again, she needed that last start after missing a month.
And if you look at Lady Gambler also, and that's a key factor, you look at July the 26th, that was in a non-winners at 2. Then August the 4th raced with this group and was really solid. Lady Gambler then as you, took that time off and now has come back on the tight rotation. So Lady Gambler certainly has an excuse to be better, and you'd get 6-1 over the prices. Look, Better Bell's 4-5, so why not up to Lady Gambler? If you don't want the 2-year-old and you don't want Better Bell at 4-5, that leaves you Lady Gambler with a nice price of 6-1. But you know what? It could also leave you 4 Wicked Words because that one's showing enough to be a thought.
Well, we said early in the meet I'd be chasing some horses showing Kawartha miles coming into the river, and that's what you're going to get with number 4, Wicked Words, racing for a trainer, Amanda Riley. Jay Harris already in the winner's circle tonight, leaving right behind the car with a speed threat. Big price. And 25-1.
And Wicked Words is 7 out of 15 in the top 2, so it's not like she hasn't been able to be consistently good.
Right.
25-1. Man, oh man, I think you want to maybe take a shot at that. How about a 4-3 exactor box?
4-3 or 2-3 box. That's where I'd be going.
Yeah, watch the 1 win now after you you picked this horse and then bumped all off of it, because that's how life goes. Or a Blue Chip and Better Bell on the inside. Lady Gambler and Wicked Words in the center. Autumn Honey and Dream Shot. Go with that one, because I love humor. The third race, fillies and mares. They're at the start and they're off. And dreaming out very well right now is Wicked Words, and then Better Bell on the outside. Dream Shot, Autumn Honey. Or a Blue Chip is fifth away, and then Lady Gambler. But right now, Wicked Words with the lead. But Dream Shot is going to drive on the outside for Brett McDonald. Dream Shot is going to come on now and take a shot and grab the lead. Wicked Words is second. Racing third is Better Bell. And then it is Autumn Honey or a Blue Chip. Second last, and Lady Gambler is trailing the field. Dream Shot leads as they race their way on up towards us. Off at 26-3, a solid opening panel. Wicked Words enjoying the view in the pocket at 15-1 in behind the 5-1 Dream Shot. Better Bell is third. Racing fourth is Autumn Honey. Then Aura Blue Chip and Lady Gambler. And the field heads up towards the half. No one popping out just yet. Dream Shot with a lead of a length and 3/4. Wicked Words is second. Better Bell third. Autumn Honey, Aura Blue Chip, and Lady Gambler. 56-3 halftime. A 30-second second panel breather for Dream Shot and Brett McDonald. Wicked Words is racing second. Better Bell, and then Autumn Honey or a Blue Chip second last, and Lady Gambler has to pass them all to win, and the field heads their way on toward 3/4, and it is still Dream Shot 5-1. Dream Shot Wicked Words is getting some urging and is still about 2 1/4 back, and then third Better Bell. Lady Gambler's kicked in late out 3 wide, but has a ton of work to do yet. 3/4 125. Dream Shot and Wicked Words as they turn from, and then Better Bell and Lady Gambler on down the stretch. Where have they come? Dream Shot on down the stretch for Dream Shot, and Dream Shot on the board at 5-1 is going to wire the field and take it. Wicked Words, Better Bell, Aura Blue Chip, 153-2. Well, Sugar, we took our shot and it was wrong because Brett McDonald took a shot and went all the way on top.
Whoa. Did Brett ever take a shot? And his filly showed up tonight. New Life Best 153-2. She's 5-1 on the board. Raced like a 1-5 shot. Just cruised to the top. Hot quarter, 26-3. Was able to steal away 30 flat through the second quarter. But I mean, she comes home in 56-4 on the back half. This horse was large tonight. Again, 5-1 on the board, racing like a 1-5 shot.
Another horse that showed really good form further back, and then the last 3 races weren't good. But you saw this one beat non-winners at 2 here at the end of July, and this is a maiden class. Well, kind of actually halfway between maidens and non-winners at 2, the in-between spot. But Dream Shot was really good back-to-back wins here. Then things went south, and so, this is a case, again, where if you looked at this horse, if we were having this horse from July the 28th, well, we would have taken him on top. But her recent form, Sports Writer filly, hasn't been great.
Thing is, Gary, I mean, is she a one-trick pony now? I mean, those 2 victories back in July were both pretty much gate to wire. And when she took control tonight, she was never challenged. So she is a front-end specialist, it appears, in her young career. And again, she paces to a new best tonight. Again, her 3 wins at Grand River Raceway dating back to mid-July, all coming when racing on the front early. So something to think about going forward with Dream Shot to put up a big one tonight. That's a big mile, 153-2. Did it quite easy.
And likes it here. Won here last year also. Had 2 wins and 8 starts last year as a 2-year-old. So has been to the winner's circle a few times. And one more time here. Dream Shot 5-1 on the board. And Dream Shot is back in front of us. And out trackside we'll have the Serenia Life Gold Cup group will be out to celebrate with Dream Shot and Brett McDonald, 3-year-old Sports Rider Bay filly owned by Neil Oostrom of Napanee. Jared Bothwell, the trainer, and Dream Shot's 3rd win this year, 5th lifetime. mile of 1:53 and 2. There is the Serendia Life Gold Cup group out trackside. Third race. Payout 6 Dream Shot, 1280, 640, 330. 4 Wicked Words, 870, 390. 2 Better Bell, 230. $2 Exactor, $123. Dollar Try, $181.20. Dollar Super, $750, $195. 20 cents Super, $150, $39. Third race, order of finish from the top. 435-261. That's 435-261 on the bottom.
I'm Natasha Day. I train and drive harness racing horses at London, Ontario. These are my main products that I use in my racehorse barn that are all Omega Alpha, the Biotic 8, the Immune Plus, the Anti-Flam, which is great for the horses after they've had a hard day racing. The Biotic 8, I swear by it. Get all the dapples out, gets the old coat out, gets everything pumping and moving and makes the shine really come out.
Winback Farm of Ontario is home to outstanding sires, including Three-time millionaire pacer tattoo artist who is new in 2025. The last great son of the legendary Sub Beach Somewhere and multiple stakes champion Beach Glass, Meadowlands Pace and Ontario Sire Stakes champion Lawless Shadow, and the richest pacing stallion in all of harness racing history, the great Hall of Famer Mick Wicked. Also standing at Winbank Farm, Archangel, Better Than Cheddar, Betting Line, My MVP in Trixton. For more information, visit winbankfarm.com.
Field for the fourth on parade, one Atlas Hanover, Jason Ryan for Jason McGinnis and Cynthia Acton. Number 2, he's sporty. Daryl Thiessen for Jim Flynn and Doreen Flynn. Three is Remember the Beach, Sammy Failure for Cameron McQueen. Four is Crazy World, Garrett Rooney for Kathy Chikeen. Five is Hazy Coast, Mike Horner, Drives and Rains for Duncan Wilson and Mark Horner. Number 6, Storm Along, Brett McDonald for Greg McNair and Bradley Grant. And number 7 is Brookdale Mickey, Dale Spence for Jared Mann and Ron Nopes and Charles Gazzola. Field of 7, race number 4. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, you know what? It's time for Garrett to inch a little closer to 2,000. Crazy World, even though this one did not race well at Georgian Downs the last couple of starts, drops well down in class. So it's definitely not crazy to take this one on top.
Not at all. He kind of popping off the page in here. I mean, Georgian Downs. I'm looking through the program lines where he's not had much luck in leaving. Anyway, I mean, he does have some thirds, been picking up some pretty good checks this summer, but just a one-time winner, 52-1. Life best if he could ever find that kind of form at Grand River Raceway. Well, he might show 51 speed here tonight, and I would not be surprised. Looking very sharp here. Garrett Rooney's got him right on the bit, Gary.
Look, I remember him here last year knocking heads with some ones much tougher than this class and holding his own. Crazy World, look, 1/8 of 23 starts last year. It was a big earner, earned like getting close to $3,000 a start. So this year is under the $1,000 a start mark. It's been a much different season. But I think he could drop into this class. And we saw that earlier in this evening, a horse that wasn't racing well come in against a cheaper and say, yeah, I'm too good for this bunch.
Yeah, he's looking for some confidence here at the river. I mean, I think in his 3-year-old season, he win like 9 races, then he come back and win 8 as a 4-year-old. Again, just one win in 2025, so something's got to give. A change in scenery could be just what the doctor ordered for this Crazy World.
Well, I think it's going to give right here. I think G Money is going to get the winner's money. But, one Atlas Hanover is one that, with an inside post, you could map out a trip for Atlas Hanover to get the job done.
Yeah, it's going to be the second time over Grand River Raceway for the 6-year-old son of Captain Treacherous. Not a bad effort in the latest. Looked like he was grinding first up for a long ways. Did show some gate speed at a post 6 to sit 4, quarter in 26-2. But I think Jay would rather leave right behind the car, right, where he's left a couple of times tonight, and he's been on or near the lead. But the rail, not so easy for one that wants to find a spot up close.
And this is one that has a lot of backlash, and certainly, look, last year made almost 70,000 in 31 starts and took a mark. Scioto is a pretty fast track, but 51-1, still you got to get over it that quick. And, you see a mark of 51 2 years back, 378,000. So, look, he's got serious credentials. Number 6, Storm Along, it's also been one that's been good. In fact, was really good last year. Took a mark of 50-2 at Mohawk. And, look, it's Brett McDonald and Greg McNair teaming up, getting a lot of love 9-5.
Brett's been well traveled in recent days and weeks for driving horses, and you know what? He gets a good shot here with Storm Along, who's appearing to face a softer bunch in here. He's a 2-1 second choice. We've seen Brett doing some good things this evening at Grand River Raceway, and he'll get a shot here aboard Storm Along, a 5-year-old stallion son of Stay Hungry. You mentioned Scioto Downs. I'm not sure if you caught any action there on the weekend. They were flying there on Saturday night, like multiple sub 150 miles, including a 156-4 trip.
Yeah, they
They got
just
146 and 4.
my God, yeah, they just fly over those tracks and look.
Yeah.
You always see big speed from that track, so you have to kind of take it a little bit of grain of salt. But still, look,
Right.
Stormalong's a really nice horse, and Greg McNair wins races here. That's definitely and then number 5 Hazy Coast, Mike Horner. Well, nothing wrong with that last start, and now this will be the second one back.
Very nice. Greg outside of all bets off, as you mentioned. Second start back off the layoff angle, looking very sharp. I mean, Horner's got a handful of this gray. Hazy Coast gets a shot here at 10-1.
Well, we're on Crazy World, and Crazy World is 9-5 as the money has gone to Stormalong. Atlas Hanover on the inside of the Sporty in the center. Remember the Beach in Crazy World with Hazy Coast. The outside Stormalong and Brookdale Mickey. Field of 7. Race number 4. Field for the 4th race. All in position, all noses planted on the gate. There at the start of the rough, and Stormalong will storm out. Remember the Beach, Atlas Hanover on the inside, and then Crazy World. Those the front 4 as they duel 3 across the track for the early lead. Stormalong with outside against Remember the Beach on the inside. Stormalong, Remember the Beach, and Atlas Hanover. Crazy World, Brookdale Mickey, Hazy Coast, and He's Sporty. Stormalong stormed out 6-5 on the board to take the lead for Brett McDonald as they work their way off the turn. Opening quarter 26 flat. Remember the Beach is second. Atlas Hanover is on the inside and is racing third on past us, and then Crazy World and Brookdale Mickey. Hazy Coast and trailing as He's Sporty off a 26 opening quarter. Now Stormalong will look to pick up a second panel breather, and stepping out from 4th will come Crazy World. They race up towards the half. Stormalong, Remember the Beach at 19-1 is second. Crazy World on the outside. Even Money is coming on now and wants to be on even terms with Stormalong as they race down the backstretch and says, to heck with even terms, I want to get the lead. And now it is Crazy World who's taken the front and is cleared to the lead in front by 2 now. Then Stormalong and Brookdale Mickey. Remember the Beach, and Atlas Hanover now is on the outside and is moving second over and about to take over 4th. Off a half of 55-1, they race 3 quarters, 123. Crazy World is crazy good right now. Brookdale Mickey is racing second at 12-1, and then Stormalong is dropping back after blasting early. Atlas Hanover 4th, and Remember the Beach, and He's Sporty and Crazy, and then trailing the field is Hazy Coast, but Crazy World on down the stretch prime. Getting chased a bit by Brookdale Mickey. Crazy World, Brookdale Mickey. Crazy World, Brookdale Mickey looking for the upset and appearing to get it. Brookdale Mickey, Crazy World, Stormalong, and He's Sporty 151-2. Scioto's fast, but so is Grand River Sugar.
Grand River Raceway, Canada's fastest 5/8 track, and it's not even close. I mean, Crazy World was finding his form tonight, going the trip of his life, but another one was just a little bit better, and this one goes the trip of his life. Brookdale Mickey, 151-2, gets up in the final strides. What a trip by the front 2 there. They just took off from the field. I thought Crazy World was going to be good to go, and he was. It's just Brookdale Mickey and Dale Spence was just, maybe a head better.
And just coming by on the outside. But look, I mean, sometimes, too, the race comes to you in that way because 26 opening quarter, early speed, and that just opens the door. 55-1, 123. Like, the fractions are hot, and if you're going to close, you need to close into some speed so that really Crazy World's kind of coming back to Brookdale Mickey. But nothing to take away from Brookdale Mickey. Just comes up and plants his about a half ahead, winning. And, that's the second time tonight we've had a horse that we never talked about come on and get the win. So what do we know?
Well, I'm just missing on, missing on info. I mean, it's listed right there in the program. Second time for trainer Jared Mann, sporting a 342 average. He's gotten 36 now, 37 wins this season. But second time for the Jared Mann barn. I mean, it just takes the upset at 12 to 1 to look a little further into the program information,
Well,
and I think that was it. Second time, man.
well, the other thing is that 19 days between starts before that last start, it now comes back on
Right.
8 days later. But that last race at Flamborough, I got to tell you, really didn't do anything.
Right, he was just out for a training mile by the looks of it, but that was not a training mile this evening. This horse was very large. You got 12 to 1 on top. Then you got a couple of favorites and a big bomber at 60 to 1 to round out the superfecta. Crazy.
The pick five, I think there's not much left of that.
Oh,
I don't feel bad for not being alive in it now because there are very few people are. And back in front of us is number 7, Brookdale Mickey, 5-year-old Always Be Mickey Bay Gelding by Ron Nopes and Charles Gazzola. Jared Mann, the winning trainer. Dale Spence, the winning driver. 4th win for Brookdale Mickey this year. And 12th lifetime. Mile of 151 and 2. The 4th race, number 7, Brookdale Mickey, 26.70, 810, 350. For Crazy World, 280, 210. 6 Stormalong, 220. $2 exactor, 60, 280. Dollar Try, 63.10. Dollar Super, 1,089, 65. 20 cents Super, 217.93. Fourth race, sort of finished from the top. 5462731. That's 5462731.
Hi, I'm Susie Kerwood. I train standardbred racehorses. I've been doing this for a few decades, and I'd love to talk about some of the products of the Omega Alpha that I use along the way. Respiratory, it really opens up their airways on them, and clears them up. One other product that I actually really love for my horses is Healthy Horse. It has everything that you really need in the stressful situations when the horses are racing. It's a fantastic product to keep your horse healthy all season long.
Are you dreaming of a career with horses? The Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program is here to help. If you're an Ontario resident, you can take our free course and turn your passion into a profession. And employers can register for the program and receive wage subsidies, 50% for up to 18 weeks, or a maximum of $5,000. It's a win-win for job seekers and businesses alike. Ready to take the reins? Visit OntarioEquineEducation.com today and start your journey in the equine industry.
Field for race number 5 on parade. 1, Dupuis Hanover, Brett McDonough for Greg McNair and Bradley Grant. Number 2 is Crunch Hanover, Jason Ryan for Shane Barrington and Imagine Stable. Number 3, Wallace Hartley, Sammy Filia for Chantal Mitchell and Dale Towell. Number 4 is Glory View Image, Jay Harris for Jacob Roberts and Steve Adams. Number 5 is Better Be Goring, Garrett Rooney for Wilfred Perot and Grant and Joanne Kernow. Number 6 is Reactor Now, Daryl Thiessen for Greg McNair and Bradley Grant. And number 7 is Humac Victor, Anthony Hunt for Amanda Riley and Barry McLennan. It's a field of 7 for race number 5, and, well, Sugar, it seems like Kenny and Conley were doing a little tag team because they have this race 3-2, and, well, we're both going 2-3. We've got a crush on Crunch Hanover.
Yeah, we like the 7-year-old son of Captain Treacherous. Has been very, very good for Shane Barrington at Grand River Raceway. Dating back to mid-July, we mentioned earlier on the pregame that, the only blemish is the start that he got an interference break there, 2 back, where Sammy Filion was on board, kept him on all fours, and he was closing up huge on a very wide side there in that race until the interference came along. But he bounced right back, a 7th-length winner in 52 and change in the latest. All 3 wins this season have come at Grand River Raceway. Love his chances here.
Even when you see the couple of starts in early August at Mohawk and got the condition class worth $16,000, left from post 10, parked almost the entire mile, and still finished 3rd. So,
Right.
when you look down at Wallace Hartley, where he was racing, I mean, he was in that 12,000 condition class, got a win there, but Crunch Hanover was a 3rd from post 10, parked every step in against a tougher group. I think normally when you want to say, well, Crunch Hanover's been racing here and this one's coming in from Mohawk, but I think Crunch Hanover's every bit capable of going up against Wallace Hartley. And look, obviously in terms of overall class, Crunch Hanover crushes it, 309,000, so he's got the back class too. It was just a case where obviously something went wrong with this horse. Only 8 starts last year, and was put in for 8,000. But now, if you want to buy this horse, I don't think you can buy it for $8,000. Crunch Hanover, 5-2. Number 3, Wallace Hartley. Well, the last couple races at Mohawk, not great, but of course we got one earlier this evening that came in with struggling form at Mohawk and crushed the field here.
Right on. He's just coming in here to maybe reboot, find some form, get some confidence. His best chance to win will be on the front end or very close to it. His latest victory was gate to wire over Woodbine Mohawk Park in 150 and 3. That is his life best. A trip in 51 for this one or the 2 Crunch Hanover would not be a big surprise at all. Wallace Hartley's going to get a big shot here at 8-5.
Yeah, and that won't be lost on Sammy that the career mark came by blasting to the front, 50 and 3 mile. Look, we have to respect that because that's legit, and Sammy will probably be trying to time the gate here with Wallace Hartley and get things rocking and rolling. 3-2. Fans are backing this one. Number 1, Dupuis Hanover is our 3rd choice, both of us in behind the 2 and the 3. And, imagine Brett will be trying to get a trip with this one. Got a pocket ride last time.
Brett's been showing some pretty good speed tonight with the horses he's driving at Grand River Raceway. 6-1, price player with the 1, Dupuis Hanover. And thanks for the info. William Beecham has tuned in to Grand River Raceway tonight. He says an interesting fact that Brett McDonald won 6 in a row last night when racing at Rideau Carleton.
Mike came in rocking and rolling at Rideau.
Oh, I guess.
Looking to just pile up wins. And look, this is also one that raced March the 10th and then was off until September the 8th here. So now comes back just 7 days later. So there's also a reason to be much sharper here now. And was a big earner last year.
Yeah, he's fitting in well. One, two, three. Those seem to be the horses to maybe put in the front three spots for this non-jackpot super high five play. Still time here.
A quick thought on your other two, then. Glory View Image and Better Be Going are the next two that you threw in on the high five.
Yeah, just to be best of the rest. I mean, the Glory View Image has got some Georgian and Flamborough starts, and then you've got the Kawartha Down shipping and Better Be Going with Garrett Rooney hopping on board for a catch drive. That would be the Beware horse for me in this one, number 5. Better Be Going. Beware.
And 8-1 would be one to try to price. The money has come on the inside three, and Wallace Hartley 9-5, but 2-1 Crunch Hanover is where we went, Sugar, and we'll see what happens. Dupree Hanover, Crunch Hanover on the inside, on the center Wallace Hartley, Glory View Image, and Better Be Going to the outside Reactor Now, and Hamac Hottie. The field for this fifth race in the backstretch. And they're at the start of the rough. And Reactor Now is going to blast out Glory View Image and then Wallace Hartley and Dupree Hanover. But Glory View Image is out to grab the lead, but still driving is Wallace Hartley. Wallace Hartley is going to come on now and is taking the front. Then Dupree Hanover is racing position second. Glory View Image third. Then Reactor Now, Crunch Hanover is fifth away. And then it is Better Be Going and Hamac Victor. But Wallace Hartley, 6-5 on the boards, got the early advantage as they raced their way off the turn, and they come on towards us, and racing position second, Dupree Hanover. Glory View Image has a view of the front two and is racing on the inside, and now Reactor Now has come out, and Crunch Hanover will react to that step out by Daryl Thiessen and follow out as they race their way up towards the half, and then trailing pair, Better Be Going, and Hamac Victor. And they race their way on towards the three-quarters off of 55-2 halftime. Wallace Hartley, Dupree Hanover racing on the outside. Reactor Now. Glory View Image is racing position fourth. Then Crunch Hanover. Better Be Going. Hamac Victor. Wallace Hartley leads as they hustle their way on up towards three-quarters. Dupree Hanover second. Off that 55-2 halftime, Wallace Hartley rolls by three-quarters. Crunch Hanover sent out three wide from the backfield. 1:24 is the three-quarter time, and Wallace Hartley, Dupree Hanover, Crunch Hanover's got a lot of ground crunching to do now, and Glory View Image is racing, still holding on to third. Down the stretch drive, Wallace Hartley, like Rusty Wallace, is going to speed up to the finish and win it. And then it is Dupree Hanover, Glory View Image, and Crunch Hanover. Wallace Hartley, 153 flat. Well, we said Sammy would probably read the program, see that maybe you should put this one on the lead, and he does that and goes all the way.
Yeah, one of the strongest combinations we've seen probably in the last month at Grand River Raceway has been driver Sammy Filion teaming up with trainer Chantel Mitchell, and they'll be in the winner's circle here with number 3, Wallace Hartley. Big confidence-building victory here. He got along so well, Gary, would not be surprised to see him come right back to the river next week.
Yeah, and look, it was just a case where needed maybe a change in venue, and Wallace Hartley off of an 8th and a 9th at Mohawk said, yeah, I need a different look at things. Chantel Mitchell sends this one over here and heavily rewarded. It was no doubt that you had to respect Wallace Hartley with that win of 50-3 at Mohawk, front-end win August the 4th, and, well, that was our industry day, but was at Mohawk, but came here and was very industrious in this one.
Right on. He got away with three-quarters in 124 flat. I mean, after that, you knew he was going to romp. I mean, chased up briefly when turning for home, and this horse just opened up on them. And then Sammy had a tough time pulling him up. I mean, this horse could have went around again.
Yeah, and we were all over Crunch Hanover, but had to go 3 wide there and just had too much work to do to come on. Dupree Hanover actually is one. We mentioned Brett McDonald being hot and got this one a good second.
Yeah, he was able to secure the 2-hole, and I mean, Brett McDonald wanted that 2-hole ride. This horse got a reminder to hold position along the inside, and that had Jay Harris taking back with the 4. to sit third or fourth early. But nice job securing a pocket ride. Brett McDonald and able to hold on for the deuce at 5-1.
Well, the inside four were the ones we thought you had to talk about. They do wind up with the top four spots, and then Better Be Going and Garrett Rooney is fifth. So it's a 3-1, 4-2, 5, and back in front of us, Wallace Hartley, a 4-year-old Lazarus Bay horse, owned by Daryl Towell of Leamington. Chantal Mitchell, the trainer. Sammy Philly on the winning drive, third win for Wallace Hartley. 153 flat, third this year, seventh lifetime. The fifth race. Payouts 3, Wallace Hartley, 440, 290, 260. 1, Dupree Hanover, 630, 360. 4, Glory View Image, 460. $2 exactor, 22.90. Dollar try, 35.65. Dollar high five, 286.70. Dollar pick 3, 208.35. Dollar pick 4, $510.10. 20-cent pick 5, 1320.91. Fans note a corrected mile time for race number 5, 152 flat. Race 5, the mile time, 152 flat. The three fractions, first, second, and third quarters are all correct, but the mile is 152 flat. Fifth race, so we're finished from the top, is 241-3576. That's 241-3576 on the bottom.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. An abbreviated card of 8 races this evening at Grand River Raceway. Wednesday evening, 9 races carded. Friday night has 10 dashes on tap. So with 8 races this evening, we've got to pick 3. Starting up here in race number 6, myself and Gary have done our best to map out a winning pick 3 ticket. So we'll bring up some ticket ideas for this late pick 3, starting up in race number 6. Alrighty, here we go with a late pick 3 ticket suggestion. I went inside to Ace 44 Lady. She opens up as a favorite. She had a big morning line of 6-1. Number 2, The Lies We Tell. Damien McClellan, we'll see driving for trainer Kyle Bossens. And then outside to number 6, Lady Wicked. We've been chasing Garrett Rooney most of the night. He will drive number 6, Lady Wicked. There is no missing line to announce for that latest chart line. This one trained by Gerald Lilly. Number 6, Lady Wicked, an outside chance to begin this late pick 3 play. Over into race number 7. Inside 2 again with Good As Him and Serenity Cruise. And then we went to the center, Ricky Resolve. It's a great-looking trotting event in race number 7. Final race, a preferred 2, a pacing event. Great-looking field, kind of wide open. I've got a kind of wide open. Sports Line's got a rail. We're using PL Aussie. He's got a couple of, he's got 3 in a row. One of those victories, track record over Kawartha Downs. Another was a track record at Grand River Raceway, and the latest was a pop-up series final win at Grand River Raceway. So PL Aussie, the form is great, likely to be a heavy favorite in there, but I think he's in kind of tough because he does bump back up to a preferred 2 level. Reign Supreme, Brett McDonald, having himself a good couple of nights. So we mentioned 6 straight wins last night at Rito. He's been to the winner's circle twice this evening at the River. Also including 4 Sometime Somewhere and 7 Which Way to the Beach. 5 deep in the final leg, preferred 2 event. In to go for $9 on a 20-cent ticket for this pick 3 play. Gary Guy has got a pick 3 ticket as well.
Well, you got to know that my ticket will be on the short end, cheaper. And I look at this final leg and think you don't want to expend too much because I think you might get a few horses that don't pay a lot in here. We'll see if that's the way it ends up. But look, your top 2 are the 2 and 6. I just flipped it. I like the Lady Wicked on top. But either way, those were the 2 that I thought you have to use here. Interestingly, Ace 44 Lady is the 8-5 favorite, and I can see that dropping from non-winners of 3, so moves down a class. But The Lies We Tell is one that also you see racing and prospect starters at Mohawk coming in here, and this is one that I saw a little bit at Georgian Downs back early in the meet. That was in a non-winners of 3 and was kind of somewhat effective. I just think The Lies We Tell and Lady Wicked, they stand out. Lady Wicked was a winner here just August the 25th and 55-2. So I'll go with just those 2, but I might be leaving out Ace 44 Lady, who's getting the money. 7th race, I took 2 of your 3, and I left out Serenity Cruise, which, boy, when you think of some of the miles that Serenity Cruise put in here back in July, you might be saying, well, Gary, what the heck, and adding blinkers, Garrett Rooney driving. But,
the blinker thing, too, But
I like Ricky Resolve. I'm not worried about that break at Flamborough last race, and Good As Him has been good. So I thought I could get away with going 2 deep there. And then in the final leg, I was going to go all alone with PL Aussie, but I think you're right. This is a little snugger, so I decided I'll take 1 more. I took your 5th one. I took Sometime Somewhere and Garrett Rooney because I thought that one really looked sharp here last about. Now is moving up, but off of back-to-back really good races. And look, Sometime Somewhere It certainly has raced against tough company in the past. Made almost 120,000 last year and took a mark of 49 at Mohawk. So he's moving up, but he's moving up to race with his peeps and coming in with really good form. But you got to love PL Aussie on top. So, yeah, just 2x2 to get $1.60. I'll go a little cheap.
Well, it's a salty bunch there. I mean, PL Aussie, of course, he's going to pop off the page with 3 straight victories. But, I mean, you've got other horses with great form.
Yes.
HP Liz Shadow back to the river, leaving from the trailing spot. Even Which Way to the Beach, beware of that one. Daryl Thiessen hopping on board. If that horse can leave, he's a very sharp gate blaster.
If we want to talk about back class, $1 million earner Which Way to the Beach, made 173,000 last year, and certainly knocked heads with some really good ones. And HP Le Shadow been outstanding here. Sportsline reigns supreme. They're Sable Ace. That's a great race. I mean, we lost Tarkinus Hanover.
It is too.
But there's 8 in there. I just narrowed it down to 2 to keep it cheap. And I see the horses are coming out. We'll talk to you right after the parade.
Sounds good.
On post parade 1 is Ace 44 Lady. Daryl Thiessen for Ken Fritsch and Clayton Fritsch and James Wilson and Rick Carrier. Number 2 is The Lies We Tell. Damien McClellan for Kyle Wassens and Jesse Gebhardt. Number 3, McWicked Move. Jason Ryan for Brent Dunbar and Dorothy Dunbar. And for Wicked Craving, Dale Spence for Mackenzie Spence and Brock McClellan. Number 5, Don't Mess with Molly. Scooter Gimlet drives and trains for James Dean and Brooke Gimlet. And number 6 is Lady Wicked. Garrett Rooney drives for Gerald Lilly and St. Lad's Farm. It's a field of 6, race number 6. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, you know, number 2, The Lies We Tell. I don't think it's a lie to say that this one has a really good chance to win in here.
Great looking daughter of Betters, the light. I believe she in London a bit in the spring, and just was clean when she was racing there. Has been over at Woodbine Mohawk Park racing some tougher foes, but now she's come to Grand River Raceway, where this could be what she needs to get back to her winning ways. She's a 55-3 winner and a lifetime best 155-3 winner over Georgian Down. So she knows how to get around a 5/8 track, and she looks fantastic here with Damien McClellan on board.
And she's got the most experience this year in terms of 19 starts, although, you know, at this point now they've all been racing quite a bit. And The Lies We Tell and Damien McClellan looking good coming on bias, looking pretty shined up. How about number 6, Lady Wicked? Look, I went to this one. I was willing to ignore that last race. I've been willing to ignore lines from Mohawk that just weren't good, especially when you see one that, well, what do you think this horse would do here? Well, she won here in a start here and then won at Mohawk before that. So,
yeah, she looks great, Gary. She's nice and loose here. She's a 5-time winner this season. Very similar, stats for the 2025 season with number 2, The Lies We Tell. Though this is a 4-year-old daughter of McWicked. Highest earner by about $1,000 ahead of the 2 this season. So Lady Wicked, the outside chance, but fitting in well.
Compares very closely, and obviously Garrett Rooney is having just a tremendous season, a 338 driving average. That's some serious accomplishing things on the track, and of course he's a few away, trying to knock down 2,000. But Lady Wicked, I went on top. Look, the top board is saying that those 2 deserve some regard, but all through this betting cycle, number 1, Ace 44 Lady has been getting attention. Drops a level from non-winners to 3 here and gets an inside post. Hasn't been flashing a ton of gate speed. We'll see if Daryl Thiessen says, I'm going to gun this one out. Double barrel Daryl. There is Ace 44 Lady.
Yeah, I think he takes back with her, honestly. I mean, her best chart line is pretty much right here at the river. When you go back to mid-August, a third best finish from well off the pace, where she paced a trip in 153 and 3. Now her life best is 155 flat at the river, so she certainly knows her way to the winner's circle here. The one and only win in 2025 came at Grand River Raceway. But yeah, I think from off the pace, it's her best chance to hit the winner's circle. I don't want to see her get used up in the early going here, because there's some pretty nice horses to her right. I mean, take back, look for a helmet to follow, and charge late.
And she was much better as a 3-year-old than this year. Had 6 wins last year in 23 starts, only 1 this year. So certainly was better as a 3-year-old, but maybe that last race, dropping down is certainly going to be able to help this one a little bit, because if you look down the page, August the 9th, Georgian Downs, non-winners at 3. I mean, there's some lines. Just this could be a good spot. Hanover, the Gail Murray, that's tougher. Look at who is in there. Sports lineup, Joey's credit. I mean, Rose Run Vortex. So this will be much better. How about number 4, Wicked Craving? I didn't use this one, but this is the second start off the layoff angle.
It is too, and she does show some 54 speed, though that's over the big track at Woodbine Mohawk Park. A winning qualifier at the river in 56 and 1 this season. Got her pegged as a superfecta player here, as a free-legged daughter of McWicked. So that was the idea of the qualifier. She got put away for most of the summer. Her last start before that qualifier was way back in May. So since then, Mackenzie Spence decides to switch this one over to a free-legged filly. And so the qualifier looked well. Her latest start, not so bad. Maybe she shows even more this evening. Second time back off an extended layoff.
Look at the money has come for McWicked Move. Dropped from non-winners of 3 into a maiden class last time was second, but now moves back in between those two, a non-winners of 2.
That is serious, and I mean serious late action coming, Gary. The blinkers go on. Winless this season. Why is she 7-5?
Well, and certainly the non-winners of 3 races weren't great, but before that, show some lines. And was better last time out, so moves back up 1 level, but money in 3-2. Well, we've gone different ways. You're with the lies we
I got
tell.
no memo on that one.
Yeah, and I'm on Lady Wicked. I didn't get the memo either. Ace 44 Lady, the lies we tell on the inside. McWicked Move, Wicked Craving in the center. Don't mess with Molly, and Lady Wicked on the outside. And the field works their way towards the start. And the field for the 6th race is at the start, and they're off. And driving out is Wicked Craving, the lies we tell. Wicked Craving, and Dale Spence is going to drive right out. Craves the lead. The lies we tell is racing second. Ace 44 Lady, McWicked Move, and then Don't Mess with Molly, and Lady Wicked is trailing. And the lies we tell, and Damien McClellan wants the lead and has it. The lies we tell at 3-1. Then racing second at 14-1 is Wicked Craving. Third in line is Ace 44 Lady in front of McWicked Move. Then it is back to Don't Mess with Molly, and trailing the field is Lady Wicked, the lies we tell. Racing on top, on up towards the half of a 27-2 opening quarter with a lead of a couple of lengths right now. Wicked Craving, Ace 44 Lady is third. McWicked Move and Don't Mess with Molly, and Lady Wicked has to pass them all to win. They work their way on up towards the half, 27-2 quarter. The lies we tell at 3-1 is still moving nicely, leading Wicked Craving by 2 1/4, 56-2 half, 29-second split. Ace 44 Lady third. McWicked Move, nobody gaining much ground. Don't Mess with Molly and Lady Wicked, because the lies we tell continues on. Off stride Wicked Craving, so Ace 44 Lady will inherit second. McWicked Move third. Then Don't Mess with Molly, Lady Lady Wicked, and Wicked Craving is out of it. The Lies We Tell, though, is way out in front and is cruising along 124 and 2 of the three-quarter time. McWicked Move is moving but has a lot of work to do. The Lies We Tell leads as they turn for home. The Lies We Tell, McWicked Move, and Ace 44 Lady. The Lies We Tell, well, the truth of it is, was too good for this field tonight. The Lies We Tell, McWicked Move, and Ace 44 Lady. And then fourth it goes to Don't Mess with Molly, 153 and 4. The Lies We Tell, truthfully, the best one in here with that performance.
Indeed, 27 and 2 makes front. Got to the half 56 and 2. Big third quarter, 28 flat. She paced the middle half of 57, and she was still able to fire home in, what is it now? We're going to call it 29 and change to pace to a new best of 153 and 4. Big circle for next time, though, does go to the 3. McWicked Move. That was a big improvement for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, just driven like was Tons the best, and the Lies We Tell certainly had been racing against the prospect starters at Mohawk and just showing some speed but not getting much out of it. But 4 wins on the season and really got it rolling here. And just you look at the lines, you don't think this one's going to be leaving a bunch, but different when you're in against the tougher at Mohawk. And here Damien said, no, I'm going to just send this one out.
She's a really nice filly. I've loved her since I first saw her. She's put together well. A nice dark daughter of Better's Delight. She's just put together so nice. When I saw her earlier in the season, was well, for me, I thought very green for a 4-year-old, but she has certainly come a long way, and tonight she goes home with a new speed badge.
Yeah, a homebred for Jesse Gebhardt, and one that did go through the Harris sale for $55,000. But the Lies We Tell, my top one, Lady Wicked, that last line at Mohawk, maybe there's something to that because was not really involved.
Yeah, I think it was that third quarter when some horses were sitting, not making an impression on making a move. They couldn't make a move. 28 flats, a big third quarter. The only one that was really able to gain was that 3 McWicked Move. And again, that's why I'm going to circle that one up for next time.
It's a 2-3-1-5, and back in front of us is The Lies We Tell, a 3-year-old Better's Delight Bay filly, owned by Jesse Gebhardt, trained by Kyle Bossens, Damon McClellan, the winning drive. It's the 5th win for The Lies We Tell this year and lifetime. Mile of 153 and 4 for a new career mark. The 6th race, pounds 2, The Lies We Tell, 854, 10, 270. 3 McWicked Move, 390, 240, and 1 Ace 44 Lady, 230. $2 exactor, 32.60. Dollar try, 25.25. Dollar super, 60.15. 20-cent super, 12.03. Sixth race order finish from the top. 312645. That's 312645 on the bottom. Field on post parade for the 7th. One is Good as Him. Scott Coulter for Steve Coulter and Paul Coulter. Number 2, Serenity Cruise. Garrett Rooney for Don Lindsay and Jeff and Bernie Barr. Number 3 is Like Chaos. Bruce Richardson for Joe Coffey. And number 4, Ricky Resolve. Daryl Thiessen for Mark Johnson and Denise Ball. Number 5, My Holy Moly. Jason Ryan for Connie Chisholm and David Chisholm. Number 6, Wondrous Volusia, Paul McKenzie for Luke Blaine. Determination. And number 7 is Zuri, Sammy Filia for Paul Walker and Julie Walker, Rodney Fold. Field of 7, race number 7. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, Sugar, we have a different one on top, but we both have one that's getting a lot of action on the tote board. I'm on 4, Ricky Resolve, the favorite. And, well, one, Good as Him, is the one that you think just might be really good in here. 5-2, your top choice.
Yeah, I don't mind this trotter. I don't mind those 5-2 odds as well. The last time he was on a 5/8 track would have been Georgian, late July. It was gate to wire and 55-1. He was a favorite on that night, racing for a purse of $11,000. So for me, number 1, Good as Him, fitting in well for Team Coulter.
Yeah, and if you look at some of the company that he's faced of late, September the 1st, that's a really tough class, and then last time out September the 8th as well. So, yeah, I mean, not racing quite as well, but just in very snug. Now has the inside, gate speed, and back onto a 5/8 track, and maybe 5/8 is the mathematics that he enjoys.
Yeah, I mean, when you go back to Georgian, all through the month of July, nothing but first, second, and a pair of thirds. So I like the switch back to the 5/8, and I like his look. Cantab Hall, son, right here at 5-2.
If I was training this horse, I'd hang a calendar in front and make sure that it's just got July in front of it and have him think, it's July, horse. It's July. You're here in July at Grand River Raceway.
Right.
You know, never mind all that fancy stuff about equipment and training horses. Just the psychological game.
He's had a really good season, though, too, Gary, right? He's 15 for 23, top 3, right? So a consistent horse.
Yeah, just needs a change of scenery, and he's got it here tonight, and I respect your top pick. Serenity Cruise, man, oh man, this is one that's hard to go against too, based on what we saw here. But this is one that the last start at Mohawk wasn't great, but the one just before it was a second in a bottom condition class in 54-3.
Yeah, same kind of angle for me, right? Back to a 5/8 track to where he's had lots of success at Grand River Raceway. Don Lindsay switching to blinkers tonight, and recruiting Garrett Rooney on board for a test drive. Pretty good set of trotting hands, Garrett Rooney, and I like the switching to blinkers angle and love that price, 5-1.
Yeah, and the only race that wasn't successful, August 4th, in Too Tough in a preferred 2 class and outside post, couldn't get into the race. But the other 3, 2 wins and a second beaten a neck to JG's pal. Number 4, Ricky Resolve. Break last time out. I'm willing to just pretend that's not on the program. That's the only one you see on the program page, and 7 out of 14 in the top 2. Good earner this year and last year. Ricky Resolve, I think, is going to race very well. Even money, though. I don't know. This is tough to take even money.
I was watching him last time. He kept coming on the outside, but he wasn't going to win, and he was 1-2. On that night. I mean, even if he doesn't break, he wasn't going to win it. He just couldn't make it up. Daryl Thiessen picks up what could be a live catch driving assignment here. I'm not sure what kind of gate speed he has to work with, but if he could ever touch down on the lead, could go a big one here. And I've seen him live on the outside plenty. I mean, 2 back at Kawartha. Long first up grind to finish second in 55-1. Really nice. Chestnut son of Resolve here. I did not expect even money, though, because this is a nice crew.
And then number 5, My Holy Moly. Look, coming in great form, but I think if he wins here, I'm going to be saying My Holy Moly because I think he's just, this is going to be a snug spot. That's why you're getting 12 to 1.
Yeah, this is a tougher spot for him, indeed, but the form has been really good. Even when he was over 40 to 1 at Georgian Downs, he was riding along up close, and that was from the 8 hole where it was able to cross on over and grab early control. So maybe Jason Ryan gate blasts this horse on out of there and finds a spot up close to race at 12 to 1.
And a horse that's won here a couple of times back in July, Wondrous Blue Chip. The last a couple starts, well, one's a break and the other one was 7th at Mohawk, but Wondrous Blue Chip is not without a shot in here.
Wondrous Blue Chip, hey? Yeah, he had some good days back in July, right? But August and now into September, not so quiet. He does have that clean line working for him, but with those X's, I just couldn't get behind him, Gary.
Yeah, the sound of your voice was, well, maybe not tonight.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
But certainly an animal with some credentials and out of the power barn of Luc Belay. But
Sure.
maybe for next week. But yeah, I'm just saying, has the ability 7 to 1.
I want to
But,
see him tonight.
Yeah, I'm on Ricky Resolve, and you're on Good as Him at 3 to 1. There's a good price.
Let's
Field
go.
of 7 taking up their positions there, going towards the start. Field of 7. Race number 7. Field is in position and at the start and leaving out strongly. My Holy Moly, also Serenity Cruise. Those are the top couple. Then Good as Him and Like Chaos, and Ricky Resolve is going to get away just 5th right now. And then it is back to Missouri, and Wondrous Blue Chip is back trailing the field, and it is right now Serenity Cruise and Garrett Rooney cruising as they race up to the opening quarter. Serenity Cruise, Good as Him, and then racing position 3rd, My Holy Moly, works in front of Like Chaos as they race off the turn. Solid opening quarter, 26 and 3, and it is Serenity Cruise who's on top with Good as Him, My Holy Moly. Now there goes Ricky Resolve, showing some resolve now, and is moving up first over. Like Chaos on the inside is about 4.5 lengths from the front, and then it is back to Missouri, and Wondrous Blue Chip is well back, and off stride Ricky Resolve. So Serenity Cruise at 5 to 1 is still got a lead of 1.5 right now over Good as Him, and then My Holy Moly, Like Chaos racing 4th. Missouri is 5th, 55 and 2, solid half, and it is Serenity Cruise, but Good as Him is right there in a good spot. And then My Holy Moly, forwardly placed, is 3 off the lead. Missouri on the outside and now popping up from 3rd. Underway and moving is My Holy Moly, but popping out of 2nd is Good as Him. Good as Him is in pursuit of Serenity Cruise. Good as Him and Scotty Calder and Serenity Cruise. Serenity Cruise is not as good as the one that went by. Not as good as him, because Good as Him has come on to grab a lead of a couple of lengths. Serenity Cruise as the field turns for home, and then My Holy Moly, and charging late is Missouri, but Good as Him, very Good as Him as they come to the finish. And then it looks like My Holy Moly, Missouri, and Serenity Cruise 154 and 1. Good as Him got a lovely trip, and Scotty said, I can't wait any longer. I got to go because I'm just the best.
Was 2 and 154 and 1. Big mile off of the hot early fractions posted by Serenity Cruise. Don't see it too often. Trotters down to the half and 55 and 2. But Pocket ride to victory here. Good as Him. Nothing looked as good as him
No,
on
and,
Post Parade. I loved his look, Gary, and he was sitting on a win tonight.
and another one where you can look at that last race, 9th at Mohawk, and just say, needs a venue change, and says,
Yeah.
Grand River fits me just fine.
We've seen it all summer long. Horses just needing to find that confidence boost. They ship in for the big track at Woodbine Mohawk Park, and Source won quite easy. Great to see. He's a looker.
I think he likes fractions. He likes 5/8. That's his favorite fraction.
Yeah, I mean, I love the switchback because back through the month of July at Georgian, I mean, the horse wasn't doing anything wrong. How about the big long shots up for second and third? There, you get 21 to 1 on my holy moly, who still got that great form, and Zuri. I didn't see that one showing up there tonight. 25 to 1 and finishing third.
Yeah, the other ones that we liked, they were, well, Serenity Cruise raced well, just did a little too much work.
Yeah, very, you know what, ambitious, we'll say, in the early going. Just a little bit light on the end.
And but not light on the end, very strong on the end is one good as him, 7-year-old Cantab Hall Bay Gelding, owned by Paul Coulter and Steve Coulter. Steve's also the trainer, Scotty Coulter. The Tan Tornado storming into the winner's circle with good as him. It's the 5th win this year and 16th lifetime. None were as good as him in the 7th. Seventh race. One good as him, 660 for $33. Five, my holy moly, 1250, 510. 7 Zuri, 770. $2 exactor, 94.50. Dollar try, 483.95. Dollar super, 707, 25, 20 cent super, 141.45. Seventh race order finish from the top. 1457263. That's 1457263 on the bottom.
Winbag Farm of Ontario is home to outstanding sires, including three-time millionaire pacer tattoo artist who is new in 2025, the last great son of the legendary Some Beach Somewhere and multiple stakes champion Beachglass, Meadowlands Pace and Ontario Sire Stakes champion Lawless Shadow, and the richest pacing stallion in all of harness racing history, the great Hall of Famer Mick Wicked. Also standing at Winbag Farm, Archangel, Better Than Cheddar, Betting Line, My MVP, and Trixton. For more information, visit winbagfarm.com.
On post parade for the 8th one, Sportsline, Scotty Coulter, Patrick Bissett, and Craig Parrott. Number 2, PL Aussie, Semi-Philia for Amanda Riley and Bryn Campbell and Barry McLennan. Number 3 is Reign Supreme, Brett Medella for Zachary Carroll. 4 is Sometime, Somewhere, Garrett Rooney for Brent Lester and Abianco Holdings Limited. 5 is Subble Ace, Anthony Hahn for Otis Hall and Subble Hill Farms and Necessito Racing. Number 6, Highland Beach Lover, Damien McClellan for Gary Murner and Alan Guthrie and Douglas Dunbar. Number 7, Which Way to the Beach, Nerl Thiessen for Gary Murner. 8 is Scratched. 9 is HP Le Shadow, Jason Ryan for Shane Barrington and Imagine Stable. Field of 8 for race number 8. Well, Sugar, we left the best for last, and PL Aussie was everyone's top pick here. And certainly PL Aussie absolutely warrants that, but this is a solid group. Even money on PL Aussie.
This is the main event. This is the one I've been waiting for all night. It's a great-looking preferred 2, scratched down to a field of 8. There is no 8-horse, 7 on gate, plus the trailer. PL Aussie, very, very sharp form coming in. Track record holder, Kawartha 3-back, track record holder at Grand River 2-back, and then winner of the Pop-Up Series final in his latest at the River. I mean, what kind of fractions are we going to see in here, Gary? I mean, PL Aussie, a much easier test throughout that pop-up series, but I'm talking preferred 2 action here with many, many chances, I think.
And this is, if you're going to take a shot at that 49-4, which is, I mean, an outstanding reach, but, well, he did race in 50-2 in a condition below this one 2 races ago, so who knows? I mean, you got to keep it in mind. Of course, it helps if somebody's really prompting along, and you know, you could get prompted along in here because there's some other talent to chase PL Aussie. One of those other talent, number 7, Which Way to the Beach, off a win at Flamborough Downs, and even the starts before that, Woodbine and Rito Carlton, 3 consecutive good races.
52-4 winner for the $1 Million Pacer over Flamborough's half miler. I mean, there's big-time gate speed for this one. Was over at Rito in late August in a preferred event from post 8. This one was sent to the top, parked at a quarter 26-2, made front, half in 55, and he just missed in 52 at Rito. And again, Rito not near as quick as his 5/8 at the Grand River Raceway. Which Way to the Beach? Looking very good, and he's got a guy on board that loves to send them, especially from post 7.
And the thing, too, with this one is he's still racking up lots of dollars. He's got $1 million in the bank, but he made $173 last year, 91 this year in 25 starts. And Which Way to the Beach, 5-1. That's very enticing to take that over the 4-5 PL Aussie because big-time class. Number 3, Reign Supreme. Well, Reign Supreme is saying, hey, listen, you know, I won my last race, but the thing is that was August the 18th.
Right. I mean, I did have this one for second originally, but I saw that date. Kind of stale, right? 2 or 3 weeks missed coming in, but does have that victory over Grand River Raceway in preferred 2 action. That's why I had to stay with him as a top 3 threat. Brett McDonald, 6 win last night at Rito, 2 wins thus far tonight at Grand River. Likes to put them in play as well.
And also, you know, Reign Supreme, that was this same preferred 2 class now. I mean, it's still a very solid one, but that's like 4 weeks back, so you just got to wonder what's there. Sportsline, there's some back class as well. There's so much class in this race. Sportsline's been good in the last couple.
40-time winner. Sub 150 speed, life best. He's got gate speed, and he can push on out of there for Coulter. He's a horse that won't mind the rail. He had the rail last time out. He's sitting second at the quarter, 26-4. This first turn, the straightaway off the car, going to be wild.
He's got a real good chance to be a trip horse in here. He sat the pocket last race. Now, he couldn't get by sometime somewhere, which is the one we'll talk about next, but certainly still overall a solid performance. So you got to use Sportsline somewhere. 19-1 has to be on your ticket, just because I think he's going to be a trip horse that's going to be well positioned throughout. Number 4, Sometime Somewhere. I'm worried how things will unfold. There's speed to his inside. His action lately has been up and close, but yet the thing is, he's really racing well right now. And this one also is a big earner with a good speed mark of 49, and taken just last year. So, you know, it's even though he's an 8-year-old, he's still got lots of zip.
He's a fresh 8-year-old. You know, he got 40 starts into him last season, where he made over $100,000 in earnings. This season, just 14 starts, but check him out. 11 top 3 finishes from those 14 starts, including 4 wins and 5 runner-up finishes. I got him pegged as a must-play in this high 5. Garrett Rooney, catch driving. He's my beware horse here.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a horse at a price, Sobel Ace is getting a little bit ignored at 14-1. Trailer Post here last race in this class was a 4th to PL Aussie, but should be able to get off the gate better. Wired a lesser class here, 2 back, and beat the likes of Audio Perception in 54. Raced in 51-4 here last race.
I like the 5 Sobel Ace in here. I wanted to use him, but I can't pick them all, right?
I
don't think PL Aussie should be 4-5 here, Gary. I thought this tote board would be a little more even.
At 5-1, Which Way to the Beach, I think, is the one you'd end up playing, just if you're looking now at shopping at the price.
Yeah, I love him. Thiessen's got him right up on the gate. I think he's going to send him.
And I like the 4-1 on Sometime Somewhere. It's really, if Garrett can get the trip, I think that's one's good enough to win in here as well. It's a field of 8. It's the featured event, the Final Dash. They're all moving into position. They're at the start of the rough, and Pialazzi's going to blast out with Which Way to the Beach. Which Way to the Beach and Pialazzi. Pialazzi inside advantage. Sportsline is right out with Pialazzi. And then it is Highland Beach Lover and Reign Supreme and HP Shadow. And then Sometime Somewhere and Sobel Ace. But Pialazzi leads as they race on around the turn at 3-5. Pialazzi, Which Way to the Beach is right there plugged into the pocket. And Sportsline's on the inside third. Reign Supreme is racing position 4th as the field comes off the turn and will roll on towards us. And then racing position 5th right now is Highland Beach Lover. HB Liz Shadow, Sometime Somewhere. Sobel Ace is trailing the field. 26 seconds was the opening quarter. Put up by PL Aussie. Which Way to the Beach is right there enjoying the view in the pocket at 5-1 in behind the 3-5 PL Aussie. Sportsline on the inside third is 40-1. Reign Supreme is coming now on the outside at 35-1. Highland Beach Lover is 5th and racing 6th is Ace B Liz Shadow, then Sometime Somewhere in Sobel Ace, but PL Aussie has stretched it out a little bit. Advantage about a length and 3/4. Which Way to the Beach and on the outside Reign Supreme. Sportsline still 4th, racing 5th. Highland Beach Lover up at 54-1 halftime at a 28 1/3 penalty race on by 3/4. 122-1. PL Aussie. Which Way to the Beach and Reign Supreme is 3rd, and then Sportsline. Highland Beach Lover Sometime Somewhere. Then off stride went Highland Beach Lover, and further back is HP Liz Shadow and Sobel Ace, and on down the stretch PL Aussie being chased now by Which Way to the Beach. Pialazzi on the inside. Which Way to the Beach on the outside? Which one of these two will it be? Which Way to the Beach is going to come on and get the job done over Pialazzi. And then it was Sportsline and Reign Supreme. And it looked like then HP Liz Shadow 151-1. Pialazzi was good, but Which Way to the Beach, the $1 million earner, said, you know what? Class matters.
Class for sure matters. I mean, this horse should not have been 5-1. If you played him, 5-1 is a gift. I honestly thought he'd go away in there about 2-1 behind a PL Aussie around 9-5. PL Aussie with his win streak on the line, he would take all the action and leaving plenty of value on the remainder of the field in there.
My error was I was a little worried what kind of trip he would get. Well, he got a perfect trip because he can get off the gate, and he got off the gate well enough to get into the pocket in behind Pialazzi.
Daryl sent him, figured he would, and he was very patient with him. I mean, there was no point in moving which way to the beach until they reached the straightaway. And when Daryl called upon him, well, the horse responded huge. He drove right on by, looked fantastic. He looks fantastic finishing up there.
Well, no reason to think that Pialazzi wasn't going to keep carrying you. And then the other thing is,
right,
he wasn't in danger of getting locked in because there weren't enough that wanted to go up with these two.
Right, 3/4 reached in 22-1, right? So there wasn't a whole lot coming. How about the big value on Sportsline and Reign Supreme hitting the high five? 40-1, 35-1. HP Le Shadow rounds out that high five. But for me, the big surprise here, not surprised that the horse won. I'm surprised that he scored at 5-1.
Yeah, you got to cash a very nice ticket and take the horse that was your second choice. And I'm pretty sure, as I said, even though you liked Pialazzi a little bit better, you didn't like him if you saw 3-5 and 5-1. You know which way you're going.
He was not a 3-5 horse with that field. He's been facing easier competition in recent starts. He met his match tonight.
Well, we'll talk to you again on Wednesday night, Sugar.
Sounds good.
Back in front of us, the winner of race number 8. It's number 7, Which Way to the Beach, a 7-year-old Some Beach Somewhere Bay Gelding, owned by Gino Toscani, trained by Gary Murner. Daryl Thiessen, the winning driver. 5th win on the season for Which Way to the Beach, and the 29th win lifetime, Which Way to the Beach. And Double Barrel Daryl guns them down in race number 8 and won 51-1. Eighth race payout, 7 Which Way to the Beach, 1250, 320, and 330. 2 Pialazzi, 220, 210. 1 Sportsline, 570. $2 exactor, 25.10. Dollar try, 85.80. Dollar high five, 2700, 89.95. 20-cent high five, 557.99. Double of 1 and 7, $2 ticket, 31.70. Dollar pick 3, 165.90. 20-cent pick 3 was 33.18. Eighth race order of finish from the top is a 3, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 1 scratch 5. Once again from the top down, 3, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 1 scratch 5. Fans, that concludes the live harness racing program for this Monday evening. Action resumes on Wednesday. Our first race will go to post at 6:20 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Josie Bean.